The Down the Line series at the Embassy Theater has become an extremely popular local music event, and this Saturday, December 28th, you can attend the latest rendition, Chord, featuring local performers covering well-known bands. Joining me today are Kelly Updike from the Embassy Theater and Dustin Riley from RP Wigs. Thank you both for joining me on Arts Weekly.
Happy to do it. It's a pleasure.
I'm excited to hear about Chord, which I must say was a little bit hard for me to say.
It is hard to say.
It is hard to say. Well, Kelly, this has been a big success, the Down the Line series. How long has it been in existence?
We'll be doing the 8th year of Down the Line Classic Rock. So, and that show is in the last Saturday in February. So, one of the reasons we wanted to expand genres was because the classic one was so popular, and there are many more local musicians doing all kinds of different wonderful things, and we wanted to be able to highlight that. So.
Well, I guess I was confused. I thought my notes, I thought Down the Line had been 8 years, but so you have other flavors of Down the Line.
We do. We do Down the Country Line.
Right.
And we just recently started to do the hard rock, and we've played with that for a while, and it wasn't part of the Down the Line brand. The Down the Line series was so perfect. All these good things coming together to make it really perfection for the community and for the embassy and for the musicians, that we really didn't want to spin it off. We were just a little bit afraid.
Right.
But our board and the community kept asking for things, and so we've experimented with country and also hard rock, but have just only started to call it as part of Down the Line series.
So, classic rock and hard rock, we're talking...
Apparently they're very different.
They are very different.
Yeah, they are very different.
Are they very different?
Yeah.
Yes, they are. Yeah. How are they different?
Well, just classic music, you know, the classic, you know, from the 70s is a different feel altogether than the music you hear today.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a baby of the 70s,
right.
Dustin, so, you know.
It just seems a lot louder and
yeah,
a little more aggressive a lot of times.
That's a good word,
yeah.
Aggressive.
It is. I think hard rock, you know, it's headbanging.
It is,
right?
Very much so.
We want to...
Yeah, I mean, at some point, you know, Johnny Cash could have been considered rock and roll at one point, you know?
Absolutely.
And now it's, you know, country.
It's true.
What it is.
So, this event has how many bands?
5 bands.
5 bands.
Yeah, it's the magic formula.
And this is, do they play their own music? Do they...
They will cover, and I can run through the list.
I would love to hear the list.
Okay, all right. Well, Cougar Hunter is the local band, and they're going to cover Motley Crue. And
can I just,
yes.
Can we just look at the, I have to just look at the visual of Cougar Hunter.
There you go.
Because I don't know if it's country gone awry, or I mean Christmas gone awry, or...
There's a lot of spandex, and they are proud of the amount of hairspray that they use.
I'll bet they are. Well, there we go.
Yes.
Cougar Hunter.
Yes, and Masochist is going to perform Metallica, and Big Money and the Spare Change is playing Nirvana. Lurking Corpses, and they wear a lot of heavy costuming, and they're going to perform Judas Priest. And RP Wigs, which Dustin is the bassist, is going to play Rage Against the Machine.
Rage Against the Machine. I'm not that familiar with Rage Against the Machine. Can you tell me a little bit about that, Riley?
Yeah,
Dustin?
They're, when their first album came out in, I think, '92. So, I mean, they're not really playing much anymore. They put out albums, but they're just more of a, you know, a lot of political based, you know, hard rock.
Do you cover them on a regular basis, or is this...
We have covered a Rage song before.
And one of the things we find real exciting about Down the Line is we're hoping that the bands we have matched, the local bands that we've matched with the national headliners, that you had something in your heart about them, or they meant something to you. What did Rage Against the Machine mean to RP Wig?
Well, I could remember myself, like when Evil Empire was coming out, like I waited on the radio to record the track Bulls on Parade, which we'll be playing at the show. I taped it, you know, and like listened to it on my little tape player for like over and over. Like it was that big of a deal.
Obsessed.
Yeah, I
was
like in the middle. I was
like
8th grade.
Cassette.
You know, yeah. It was like a big deal for me, you know, at the time.
How many songs? 5 bands.
They get 30 minutes each.
They get 30 minutes each on the stage.
You also get to do something of your own.
You get to do an original, but I kind of myself felt it was weird to play a set of somebody else's music and then throw in just one of my own. So.
It's all going to be Rage?
It's all going to be Rage Against the Machine for us.
Yeah. And you have a half an hour?
Half an hour.
Easily.
Yeah, it's hard to pick songs.
I'll bet it
out
is.
Of a band that I've been a big fan of for years.
Yeah. And have you played in the Embassy before?
No, I've never played in any kind of theater like that. I've usually bars, dive bars,
Right.
small bars.
Yeah.
Rage bars.
Yeah, rage bars, small bars.
And this
Or
is,
hard rock plays.
Yeah, this is our fundraiser. It's an embassy-produced event, and so we pay the bands a little bit, not a ton, because they know they're doing it. But as I've gone to other venues and done some other concerts in this community, the bands that have been on stage they announce that as part of their resume. So they're just excited.
There's some
And
pride.
it's a little scary, so I'm hoping Dustin doesn't say he's scared about being on the stage, because that always makes me nervous. Just so don't say that.
I'm very excited to play.
Well, it's hugely popular. So you're going to have probably a full house to play for, which is several hundred. How many seats you have
We
in
seat
there?
about 2,500.
Yeah,
so
that's
we're
going to be
hoping.
exciting.
Hopefully, people should really come out and support
Absolutely.
the embassy and all the local bands that are
Yeah.
playing.
Yeah.
So I have to ask, Dustin, RP Wigs, what's the title? What are the origins of that title?
It was actually a riff on a song. We just kind of named parts, like we'll name them. And RP Wigs, it was a reference to Robert Plant from Led Zeppelin. Like he had a lot of different curly blonde hair, and he had so many different hairstyles at the particular. I had a book that had like Led Zeppelin pictures, and we used to sit there and laugh. Sometimes just look at his hair, like,
Look
oh
at
my
his
god,
hair.
So it was just like, this is the RP Wig riff, and
Right.
we were coming up with a band name, and it was like, how about RP Wigs? I
And
guess that
you
flew.
play what in the band?
I play bass.
And vocals?
No, I don't do vocals. I do some keyboards, synth stuff, little noises here and there. But that's about it. I mean, I play
How
bass.
long has RP Wigs been in existence?
Since 2007.
Wow, for a while.
Yeah, we've been going at it for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we try to pick bands that are locally popular. That's important for us because
Yeah.
it's a fundraiser, so we want them to be able to draw people into the building. And we also think it's a good way for their families, and we've heard that a lot, that because you play in bars usually and around town,
Very
if
late.
you have families
Very late nights.
and or even children, this is their first time that often they get to see them perform. So we're happy to offer that opportunity too. So.
Do you participate in the publicity? Do you have a Facebook page, or you get the word out?
All the bands on here have all Facebook pages.
Yeah.
We've been trying to get the word out on Facebook and
Yeah.
word of mouth, and anybody you can tell.
Yeah.
we spread the
Sweetwater
word.
is our sponsor, so we're really proud about that. And actually, to announce the show, it was November, so a while ago. It was still cold out, as it is now. And we actually had their house band came and played on the top of the marquee.
Wow.
In the middle of the afternoon, and we announced the hard rock show, because people have an image of the embassy, and it may not be about hard rock.
I have to say, I was a little bit surprised.
So-
I thought, I wonder what kind of security hard rock takes at the Embassy Theater.
And maybe it's with the musicians, because I think I was telling you before the show that Cougar Hunter, they came up and they wear a lot of spandex, which is a little scary just right there.
Yes,
but,
it is.
They like to lean against you, and perhaps they might like to lick your face. So I don't think RP Wigs does that.
No, we don't
this
do
way,
that.
But, so I'm happy about that. But no, it's we think we're a theater. We're historic. We're beautiful. But we're a building for the community, and this is a way for us to do that.
Well, you've picked some bands, though, that, according to the pictures we've seen, have some theatrical elements to them.
That's
we've got
exactly right.
costumes, we've got
Right.
hard rock or hardcore musicians who do costumes and makeup and the whole Alice Cooper stuff and the ZZ Top and all those folks.
Right, which all those bands have actually also played at the Embassy.
Have they?
So, yeah, we just had Alice Cooper last summer, and ZZ Top has been, and we've had Alice in Chains and some other hard rock groups. So
you know how to handle that crowd.
that's exactly right.
That's very easy.
Actually, they're probably your age and my age, and
Right, exactly.
less Dustin's age.
Yeah, less
actually,
Dustin's age. Dustin, what are your origins in music? I mean, have you been a musician all your life?
Not all my life, no. But I tried my hand at the piano initially years ago, and then I don't know. I was probably about 15. We didn't have a bass player anywhere, so I started playing bass. And I like playing bass. I mean,
Yeah.
I like studying it and looking at it and
Yeah.
playing it. It's a good time.
Great. Well, what else is coming up on the horizon for the Embassy Theater?
Sure. Well, down the line is December 28th, and you can actually spend all night there, and then go to the Cinema Center at midnight. You talked about that in the
In the first segment. What a good idea.
So that's very cool. And then you can turn right around and on the next night, December 29th on Sunday, come at 7 p.m. and watch the first hour of Downton Abbey Season 4 before it's shown on PBS. So we're partnering with PBS to do that.
Wait, now, that's on Sunday
that's
the
on Sunday
29th.
and at 7 p.m. So you can rest up after being out all night.
All night on the...
And yeah, downtown, and you come back again and cheer with. Last year we did it for the first time, and there were more than 600 people there to see.
For the first time.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, you know, it's just taken America by storm, Downton Abbey.
It is. It is
really,
hugely popular.
Hugely popular. I mean, right now, PBS, the station, is running lots of interviews and documentaries as we build up for their January promotion.
Yeah. And I'm a Downton Abbey geek, so they gave me a pen.
A pen?
Yes, and it's mine, and I'm not sharing it with anyone.
Don't.
So it's
No,
just
yeah.
Downton
Well,
Abbey right on
all
there,
of my
so.
staff are Downton Abbey geeks too, although I used to be. I guess I could be again, but after they killed off the husband, I'm a little bit upset.
Yeah,
but
not everyone's dead. I'm not really sure who they're going to bring
Right,
back, but I can't wait to see it on December 29th. So.
At the Embassy Theater.
Yes, it is really fun.
And you have a movie series coming.
We do. We do a black and white series to honor the tradition of the Embassy. The building was saved because of the Grand Page pipe organ, so it was built into the theater in 1928, and we have a series of movies that we show. We started that last year, and there were 3, and we had hundreds of people come out, and Jonah, actually, Chris Moore from the Cinema Center, is helpful in talking to us about that.
Well,
so.
Congratulations to you both. I look forward to Down the Line Hard Chord on December 28th at the Embassy Theater. Thank you for joining me on Arts Weekly. I appreciate it very much.
Thank you.
I'm John O'Connell with the IPFW College of Visual and Performing Arts. Be sure to tune in to Arts Weekly next time when we'll hear all about First Presbyterian Theater's production of Driving Miss Daisy with Tom Hoffrichter and Kate Black. Then fiber artist Sarah Nordling shares the details behind her exhibition of textiles at the IPFW Visual Arts Gallery that opens January 13th. For up-to-the-minute arts updates, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. And be sure to join us here live Thursday evenings at 7:30 on PBS 39. Thank you for watching Arts Weekly.
The preceding program on PBS 39 was made possible in part by Arts Weekly, celebrating regional expression, performance, and creativity, is brought to you in part by the Edward D. and Ione Auer Foundation, the Ian and Mimi Rowland Foundation, the family of Dr. Christopher and Kirsten LaSalle, and the support of viewers like you. Thank you.